Okay, folks, my name is Cliff Smith. I'm the business manager of the Roofers and Waterproofers Union, Local 36 in Los Angeles. And today is the day after the failure of the election to defeat Donald Trump. And the catastrophic defeat of the Democratic Party will bring unimaginable consequences to the working class and oppressed people in the United States and elsewhere. The loss of all levels of government to Trump, who had already been removed from power and had never before won a popular vote, is the abject failure first of the labor movement and of the AFL-CIO under the leadership of Elizabeth Schuller. The Democratic Party has never been an organization of the working class. It has always been an organization of the capitalist ruling class. This has been proclaimed by its own flag bearers, Nancy Pelosi and Joe Biden. Workers can never look to a capitalist organization to fight our fights and beat our enemies. But it is workers and oppressed people who will suffer the outcome of the incoming Trump regime. Unions, unorganized workers, immigrants, women, gays, black people, the youth, all will come under attack as democracy evaporates under Trump's fascist MAGA rule. We blame the union leadership first for their failure to educate, organize, and mobilize workers. Liz Schuller should resign immediately. Trump's agenda was never a secret. There is no excuse for sleeping at the wheel. Local 36, for instance, had brought 2 resolutions to our International Union Convention last October to take open positions against Trump. One of the resolutions was simply restating what North America's Building Trades Union president, Sean McGarvey himself, had already written on January 6, 2021. But our international leadership would not support these anti-Trump resolutions, more worried about the reaction from Trump supporters within our membership than with taking the disagreement by the horns in a struggle to provide leadership in advance of these campaigns. By the time the AFL-CIO came around to finally take a position, it was already too late. The virus of white supremacy and nationalism had infected our membership and could not be eradicated in time. And now we will see exactly what is involved in Project 2025 and the rest of Trump's Confederate agenda. And the fake radical left also bears responsibility for not fighting to defeat Trump. The main rule of political struggle is to fight your enemies one at a time. But infantile leftism and self-absorbed opportunism, claiming that there is no difference between Trump and Harris, held the door open for the worser evil. And certainly there is repudiation of the imperialist Democratic Party's adventures in the Ukraine and Palestine, flooding weapons and U.S. public funding into genocide, ethnic cleansing, butchery, and destruction, while our streets are lined with unhoused people because housing is not seen as a basic democratic right. Healthcare remains a profit-driven commodity. College education is for sale to the highest bidder. But Palestine will not recover under Trump, the closest friend of the butcher Netanyahu. Trump said in a debate that he will help Israel to finish the job. So we call for a united front against fascism, with the only requirement being that everybody oppose fascism, to fight for every inch of even formal and bourgeois democracy, even paper democracy, against the open terrorist dictatorship of the most violent and extreme elements of finance capital. We demand that the city government behind us increase the minimum wage in Los Angeles to at least $25 an hour immediately, that they expand voting rights to non-citizen residents, that they establish democratic community control over the police department through an all-elected and all-civilian police control board that has complete authority over the police department in all aspects at all levels, that they guarantee the human right to housing, as well as to healthcare and to education, and that our city council finally take a position against the genocide of Palestine. But we must have a united front against fascism. We must maintain democracy and fight for more democracy and not less. We demand responsibility and accountability from our union leadership, and we cannot look to the Democratic Party to solve our problems because it has failed us at every level. We must build a workers' party for people's democracy and not paper democracy. Next, we'll be speaking Dr. Alejandro Villalpando.
Hey everyone, I think that Cliff covered a lot of the stuff that I would say. Para mí es un orgullo siempre estar aquí en las calles, no importa qué número tenamos, si somos 4 o 5, lo que sean, pero que no estamos así con miedo, con las colas entre las piernas, así asustados de lo que va a pasar, It's always a great pride for me to be out here, with the compas here from Local 36, and not be afraid, and be walking with our tail tucked between our legs. This is not, I didn't grow up in a community or in a culture where we appreciated getting punked or getting bullied or any of that shit, And right now the biggest bully came into power and thinks that he's gonna run over the masses, right? But the masses don't exist by themselves, La gente no está unida solamente así por decir, porque hay peligro, riesgo. The masses have to come together, and you have to continue to work to bring them together, I teach at a university here, and tonight I have to go talk to students who are undocumented, who are queer, who are scared. There's students who are really high achieving, who have no protections, right? Who have the future ahead of them, and they didn't come to school today. And y'all might be saying, well, fuck it, I missed school too. This is a student that won a prestigious scholarship that was gonna meet with the president of my university, who is not meeting with the people who are giving them an award so that they can advance their studies. This is a student who's been stuck in detention at Adelanto before. These are not people that theoretically, that are talking about, shit is gonna get messed up. No, these are people that have already experienced really messed up things. And so those messed up things right now are about to amplify under this orange turd that's in power. And it is going to be imperative to continue to struggle together. And I've heard, and I'm sure the compañeros here know, you don't gotta like the people that you work next to, right? There's people at Costco who sit in that fucking workroom who don't like each other. I'm sure y'all have been on the roof with motherfuckers you don't like, right? But you get the job done. Now the job here is to defend the people that are going to be most vulnerable to these policies that this man is going to try to institute. And if you think, right, if we all think that, there's a rule of law and they're going to follow the rules and he can't do this, he can't do that, in no way, shape, or form should we have faith that they'll follow the rules. They'll make the rules, right? Because they've been making the rules. And so, at the end of the day, the thing I only have left here is fuck Donald Trump. And fuck him all the way to wherever the fuck he came from or wherever he's gonna go. And we can't just make it about Donald Trump. Because there's gonna be a lot of Donald Trumps after this guy, right? And so we do have to build that opportunity and build that alternative for us. Because the Democratic Party is not an alternative, right? It is hand in hand with the capitalist class. And so as Cliff said, it would have been something else today if we woke up and we knew who our new enemy was, or our promoted enemy. But now we also do know who our enemy is, the guy that came in 2016. And it's not 2016 today, and it's not 2020, it's 2024. So the stage is different, and I want to see how we're different. All right, thank y'all so much.